Snark Squad. Babes, it is officially the messiest day in the TLC verse.
And babes, we are here for it all. Like literally every single second of it.
Okay, so first things first. The tequila pineapple.
Oh, on deck?
Yeah.
Poured, chilled, and heavily, heavily poured.
Yes. And the vibes.
Honestly, messy,
Yeah.
cozy, and just completely unhinged.
Unhinged is the only acceptable word today. Because, we need to talk.
We really do.
Because this episode, babes, it was the last one before the finale.
Thank God.
Right. And from the previews, the ones at the very end, we were about to get one of the messiest reunions ever.
I'm already trembling.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent my entire morning just analyzing the chaos ahead.
Yeah.
I have my spreadsheets of delusion updated. I've got timelines.
I am already emotionally invested. Like, I am spiraling over people I do not even know.
It's a lifestyle, babe. We live for the mess. But before we get into the international trash fire on the screens, let's pivot.
Oh, God.
Because, babes, we need to talk about our dating lives.
The heavy sigh that just left my body.
If you haven't heard the news in the group chat, we gave up on online dating. Again.
For the final time. Until, next Tuesday.
Exactly. Because, babes, the people we were matching with this week, straight trash.
Literal recycling bin material. I mean, I cannot with the bad matches anymore.
It's the weird conversations for me. The lack of, basic human effort.
Right. The app burnout is real. I am spending 45 minutes doing a blowout, putting on moisturizer, picking an outfit, just to get a lowercase hey message.
The lowercase hey is psychological warfare, bestie. It's a microaggression.
It really is. And the fish pictures. Like, why are there so many fish?
I don't know.
You are an analytical genius. Please explain the fish to me. Why are you holding a deceased base in a bathroom mirror selfie? What does it mean?
Look, I think it's supposed to signal that they are, providers.
Yeah.
But all it actually communicates is that you spend your weekends in a swamp, you smell like algae, and you have zero understanding of what women actually want.
It's an instant red flag. It makes me want to throw my phone into the ocean so the fish can just have it back.
The red flags are everywhere.
They are, which is why I had that joke moment the other day. I called you and I was like, babes, maybe we need to take a cue from Love After Lockup.
Oh my God, I remember this phone call.
And just look into prison pen pals.
I thought you were having a medical emergency.
I was half serious because, at least you know exactly where they are at night.
Absolutely not. I am shutting this down again.
But there's no location tracking anxiety. They have a state-mandated schedule.
Bestie, no.
Uh-huh.
I am not putting money on anyone's commissary. I am not funding a honey bun and an instant ramen habit just to get a handwritten letter.
Okay, fine. The commissary budget is a lot.
Yeah.
But speaking of international delusion and dating chaos...
Oh, sweet Tanis.
We need to talk about Tanis.
We have to. Snark Squad, you know Tanis.
You know Tanis from the group chat updates. And babes, she is in Italy right now.
Pause. We need to discuss the absolute logistical chaos of this.
Okay, let me set the stage. So Tanis got so fed up with the fish guys and the hey guys that she upgraded her Hinge to premium.
She literally changed her passport location to Europe. She decided North America was a write-off.
Completely wrote off the continent. And she met a French man and a Spanish man.
A global casting call for a husband.
And the Spanish man, babes, he asked her to meet him in Italy.
Neutral, pasta-filled ground.
And she went. And babes, he was real.
This is what keeps me up at night. Statistically, he should have been a catfish from Ohio using stolen Zara model photos.
But he wasn't. He was a real beautiful Spanish man. And she's sending us updates, and I'm just romanticizing everything.
Of course you are.
She is walking down cobblestone streets. They are sharing gelato. He's ordering wine in fluent Italian. It is the sweeping European romance we all dream of.
See, while you're swooning over gelato, my analytical brain is just questioning everything. Who is paying for this transatlantic flight?
He has a job.
Right, she said he works in business. What does that even mean? Is it international finance, or is he smuggling olive oil?
Bestie, stop. It's so romantic.
I'm just saying, flying 12 hours to meet a stranger from an app is peak delusion, even if he does have a good jawline.
But it leads to the big question, and I want the Snark Squad to think about this too. Do we believe in true love in 2026?
Oh, that's heavy.
After Tanis risking it all, do we believe it's real? Because I am hopeful. I'm cautious, obviously, but I want the fairy tale.
You know, I am highly skeptical. I roll my eyes at 90% of this stuff. But secretly, I am open to being proven wrong. I want the statistics to favor love.
And then
eventually. But speaking of statistics that favor absolute chaos, let's transition. because we need to recap this television show.
The finale of failures.
Yes. We have to weave through this mess because the red flags are flying high.
So high. Let's start with the one that literally had me screaming at my TV. Lisa and Daniel.
The Liz baby betrayal.
I'm still sick to my stomach over this. Okay, context for the squad. Lisa is back in the States, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she is working 3 graveyard shifts a week. 3. She is destroying her body to pay off Daniel's debts.
And what is Daniel doing in Nigeria? Is he working? Because he's taking classes? No, he is casually playing recreational football on a Tuesday afternoon while she rings up groceries to send him a wire transfer.
The power dynamic is disgusting. But then Lisa's daughter, Faith, does the Lord's work.
Faith is the only person on this entire network with a fully developed prefrontal cortex.
Literally. So Lisa gives Faith Daniel's email password, and Faith snoops into his synced cloud contacts.
Which is brilliant detective work, by the way.
And what does she find? She finds that Lisa, the woman funding his life, is saved in his phone as Liz Baby.
Liz Baby. It sounds like a side character in a mob movie. Not fiancé, not future wife, just a woman you see once a month.
It's so dehumanizing. But wait, it gets worse.
Yeah.
Right beneath her name, Faith finds a Nigerian number saved literally as wife with a capital W.
And Faith actually texts the number. She doesn't just cry about it, she acts.
She asks, "Are you married to Daniel?" And the woman replies, "What can I do for you? Lose my number."
Which is not a denial. The wife is fully in on the grift, babes.
100%. So Lisa gets Daniel on FaceTime. She's wearing that blonde wig he specifically told her not to wear because he wanted her in African braids.
The entitlement to dictate the hairstyle of your personal ATM is wild.
Right. So she confronts him. She says, "Why do you have a contact named wife?" And babes, his reaction.
I will never forget it. It is burned into my retinas.
He literally laughs. It was a demonic, out-of-hell, sociopathic laugh.
Let me put on my analytical hat here. There's a psychological term for that exact facial expression. It's called duping delight.
Duping delight.
Yes, it's the involuntary thrill a liar gets when they are deceiving someone. He smirked because he thinks he's so much smarter than her. He views her as a mark, not a human.
It was terrifying. And then he immediately gaslights her. He stops laughing and says, "Why are you laying accusations on my head?"
The distancing language. He objectifies the accusation so he doesn't have to take accountability, and then he demands evidence.
Sir, she just read the receipts to your face. The evidence is the phone call.
But Lisa actually hangs up on him. She says goodbye for
I was clapping in my living room. I was so proud.
Don't be too proud, bestie. Because we saw the tell-all preview.
Oh my God, the Nigerian priest curse.
Yep. In the preview, they are still talking, and she is crying because she thinks she's cursed by a Nigerian priest.
The Reddit threads are exploding over this because Lisa has been married like 6 times, right?
Yeah.
And people think she actually legally married Daniel when she was in Nigeria. So if he's married to the wife and married to Lisa, it's international bigamy.
Scammer versus scammer. Pure chaos.
Let's move on before I get a headache. Rick, Trisha, and the airport ambush.
Oh, the danger zone of the sunk cost fallacy.
Trisha was done. We watched her pack his bags. She was sobbing. She was over the cheating. She was over the gaslighting. And she was so over that vile Tarzan roleplay.
The Tarzan roleplay was domestic terrorism. I'm still trying to bleach it from my brain.
But then Rick is at the airport faking toddler tears. And who shows up?
Trisha, with a giant smile.
And a gift bag with matching outfits so they can look cute together.
Bestie, this is textbook cognitive dissonance. She has invested so much money and public dignity into this mess that her brain can't process the failure, so she buys matching athleisure wear to reset the relationship.
It is a sickness, and Rick immediately uses that creepy, soft toddler voice to manipulate her.
Weaponized fragility. He softens his voice to trigger her maternal instincts, so she comforts him instead of holding him accountable.
He literally says, "We can make it work, baby." But then when she asks him to block his ex, he refuses.
He says, "I can't block her because of our past memories. It gives me hope."
He tells his current girlfriend that his ex gives him hope, and Trisha just nods.
Pure delusion. But the real bombshell, the one that made me drop my jaw.
The tell-all preview. Trisha is on screen from her living room, and she is heavily, visibly 6 months pregnant.
About to pop.
I started screaming. The thought of Rick being a father again, tying him to Trisha forever, I was in an emotional tailspin.
Let me calm you down with some math. Because the Reddit sleuthing timeline is solid.
Give me the numbers, please.
The season filmed in May. The tell-all filmed the following April. If she is 6 months pregnant in April, she conceived in October or November.
Wait.
Yes. 5 or 6 months after Rick left Madagascar.
Oh my God. So there is no mathematical way he is the father.
Exactly. Unless Rick can teleport, which, given he can't even book a flight correctly, is highly unlikely.
Oh, the relief I feel. So she moved on.
And she's going to drop that bomb on him at the reunion. It's going to be absolute cinema.
I cannot wait.
No.
Okay, from fake tears to dead eyes. Elise and Josh.
This was dark. This was legitimately uncomfortable to watch.
Context. It's Elise's last night in Australia. She just wants a quiet, romantic night at their rental.
Totally reasonable.
And what does Josh, a 39-year-old man, do? He invites his frat bro friends and random girls over to party.
He engineered a toxic environment so he wouldn't have to be the bad guy and break up with her.
She goes into the bedroom and has a full-blown panic attack. And Josh just gets mad at her, turns off his location, and drives away.
Cowardice. But we need to talk about his physical state, because the group chat had theories.
Oh, the Reddit consensus was very loud about this.
Josh was heavily exhibiting signs of being on stimulants. The rapid speech, the jaw grinding.
And the dead eyes. When he was apologizing at the airport, it was like looking at a shark. Completely vacant.
He was chemically and emotionally checked out.
Yeah.
So Elise finally does something right and breaks up with him at the airport.
I was so proud of her for like 1 minute, because then I realized what she was doing.
The reverse Uno failure?
Yes. She wasn't actually setting a boundary. She was testing him. She wanted her to drop to his knees and fight for her.
Which is why you never test your partner. Because Josh, being emotionally vacant, just said, sorry, I blew this, and walked away.
He gave her nothing, and she was furious. She was literally crying to the camera like, if he loved me, he would fight.
She built a trap and fell in it herself. And clearly she hasn't learned, because a tell-all preview shows her screaming at Emma.
Because apparently Elise allegedly tried to hook up with Emma's man. She's just a chaos tornado.
She really is. But speaking of people refusing to grow up, let's talk about Forrest, Sheena, and meddling Molly.
Let me take a sip of my drink because the cringe is potent.
Hydrate, bestie.
Okay, Forrest is leaving the Philippines. They are sobbing. And Forrest takes off his cowboy hat and gives it to Sheena.
Very Brokeback Mountain.
And Sheena clutches it to her chest and literally says, "Thank you, Papa Bear."
I physically recoiled. The psychology of a 40-something woman calling this man Papa Bear in public is deeply upsetting. It's an infantilization tactic to frame him as the provider.
It is so cringe. But honestly, Forrest's mom, Molly, is worse.
The final boss of monster-in-laws. It's a textbook case of covert enmeshment.
She is just waiting in the States, thrilled he's coming back. And her hypocrisy.
Let me tear into this. In one breath, Molly says Sheena is a manipulative nightmare and she saved Forrest.
Right.
But in the next breath, she puts on this fake sad face and says, it breaks my heart because I know they truly love each other.
You can't have both.
Exactly. Molly doesn't care about Sheena's intentions. Molly just wants complete control over her son. She masks her need for control as maternal protection.
And Forrest is a licensed pharmacist. He is 40 years old. But because he's on the autism spectrum, Molly completely smothers him and treats him like a toddler.
And at the tell-all, Molly finds out Sheena is still sending money to her parents in the Philippines. And Molly absolutely loses her mind.
Why does Molly care? It's not her money.
Because she can't control Sheena. It's that simple.
Exhausting. Okay, moving to Jovan and Annalyn. And the pull-out method failure.
A tale as old as time.
Annalyn is pregnant? And Jovan's reaction?
A heavy sigh about his bank account.
He immediately complains. He says, now we have more finances and it's all on my shoulders. And he is literally flying back to the U.S. the next day.
The delusion of having unprotected intimacy, using the pull-out method, which statistically is just a gamble, and then acting shocked when biology happens.
Right. He complains about sending her $600 a month all season. Why are you taking risks if you hate spending money?
Lack of impulse control.
I just feel terrible for Annalyn. She has to go through this pregnancy alone in the Philippines while he complains from America.
A baby will not fix financial resentment. It's purely chaos.
Speaking of awful men, Stig and Aviva.
Stig is the villain of the week.
A week after Aviva gets back to the States, Stig dumps her.
Over a text message.
A text after a whole international engagement. And he blames her.
It is a classic Darvio technique. Deny, attack, reverse victim and offender.
Yes, because Aviva knew he was looking at other women all season.
Just Stig flips it. He texts her that she is untrustworthy, making her the villain so he can exit feeling like the victim.
And the proof. Minutes after he sent the text, he was posting videos at the club partying with other women.
He needed that dopamine hit from the club. He is a walking red flag.
And Aviva was literally hoping for a pregnancy scare earlier in the season to trap him.
Which is so heartbreaking. A baby doesn't keep a man who wants to leave, babes.
It just ties you to a text message, coward.
Okay, our last couple. The illusion of commitment. Laura and Birkan.
I had to rewind this scene 3 times.
Birkan proposes to Laura on a scenic overlook in Turkey. And what does he give her?
A literal piece of string.
A piece of thread. He ties it around her finger.
And he tries to sell it with that fake anatomy fact about the vein leading straight to the heart.
Which Reddit proved is false. The vena amoris is a myth.
It's just a poetic lie to distract from the fact that he's proposing with sewing supplies. He is testing her boundaries. If she accepts string, she will accept anything.
See, I was almost defending it, like, oh, it's rustic and cutesy.
Bestie, no. This is why you have app burnout. You are accepting string when you deserve gold.
You're right. My standards need to be higher. And Laura's ex, Michael, delivered the best shady line.
He said, I found you engaged, and here you are again. Here you are again. Like, how many times has she been engaged?
She just wants a wedding, the groom is interchangeable, and Birkan has those awful racist tweets coming out, and she's defending him online.
She is lost in the sauce. And at the tell-all, Rick gets into a screaming match with Birkan, calling him a fake Muslim.
The mess is beautiful.
It really is. Okay, let's do our rapid-fire segments. Segment 1, biggest red flag. Who had you concerned? Call it out.
Okay, there's a forest of red flags, but it has to be Daniel's phone contacts. And specifically, the duping delight laugh.
Oh, 100%.
The sociopathic nature of tilting your head back and laughing when your fiancé catches you with a contact named wife, and then demanding she bring evidence.
Yeah.
Gaslighting 101.
Honorable mention to Josh's dead eyes, though.
True. But Daniel takes the crown.
Okay, segment 2, most delusional moment. Because you know there was one.
Trisha. The airport gift bag.
I am still yelling about it.
She packed his bags in a rage and then manifested at his departure gate with matching outfits so they could look cute breaking up.
And she thought his refusal to block his ex was a solid foundation for marriage.
Pinnacle of delusion.
Okay, segment 3. Who is in love versus in chaos? Break it down.
I'll let you do the emotional reads first.
Okay, the in-love bucket. Forrest and Sheena. Despite the Papa Bear cringe and Molly's meddling, those airport tears were real grief.
A messy love, but love.
And my second pick, Laura and Birkan.
Defend this immediately.
It's weird. It involves string, but in that moment on the cliff, they seemed genuinely thrilled. They found their matching brand of codependency.
Delusional love is still love, I guess. Okay, the in-chaos bucket, Jovan and Annalyn. A baby is an amplifier, not a fix for financial resentment.
So true. And my other pick is Elise. She is a solo chaos tornado, failing her own tests and stealing men.
Mayor of Chaos Town.
Okay, final segment. Would you stay or run? Be honest. What are you doing in these relationships? Situation 1, you are Elise. Your boyfriend invites frat bros and random girls to your Airbnb on your last night.
Okay, I am leaving, obviously. But on my way out, I am calling the local police non-emergency line and filing a noise complaint on my own rental.
Oh my God.
Yes. Let his party get busted, and I block his number while the cops knock on the door.
That is so petty, and I love it. I would just take the rental car and leave him stranded, but yours is better.
Thank you.
Okay, situation 2. You are Laura. Your man proposes with a piece of string.
Absolutely not. I am stopping him mid-sentence.
Yeah.
If there is no metal and no rock, I am walking back to the airport. Go to a pawn shop at the very least.
And I would probably cry and say yes because of the aesthetic, which is a problem I need to work on.
I would stage an intervention for you.
Well, look at the time. We have fully spiraled.
People have.
Tequila chaos, dating burnout, Tanis living our Italy dreams, and pure TLC madness.
The finale of failures delivered.
And now, Snark Squad, we want to hear from you. Do you still believe in love after watching this trash?
Would you ever meet someone internationally off an app like Tanis?
And babes, are we watching that reunion together next week or what? Because the group chat is going to be on fire.
We will be front and center with fresh tequila pineapples.
Remind them to rate, review, and subscribe.
Please do. It helps keep the tequila flowing.
And send in your messy dating submissions. Send this episode to your most delusional friend who keeps taking their toxic ex back.
Thank you to the Snark Squad for spiraling with us today.
Stay salty.
Stay stranded.
And we'll see you on the Snark side.